Hello and welcome, students. After quite a long time, we will be starting Julius Caesar once more because we know class 9 you have begun with your session, and this is something new to you. So I'll be beginning this once more for everybody's convenience, and so. The first thing about the plays written by written by William Shakespeare. Now, William Shakespeare, he happens to be an English playwright, and he has written approximately 38 to 39 plays during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I and her successor, James I. Well, the plays are categorized into comedy, tragedy, historical plays, romantic plays, etc. There are different genres of the plays which has been written by William Shakespeare. Now, you have been prescribed Julius Caesar in your ICSE syllabus, and this play is actually a historical play, and it is also a tragedy. A historical play. Why is it a historical play? Because it is based on definitely history, because Julius Caesar happened to be a Roman emperor, and it is a tragedy because Julius Caesar, the title of the play, happens to be killed during the middle of the play, more or less, and that is why it's a tragedy. Alright, now I will be explaining to you the entire play, scene wise, act wise, and scene wise, and I will be giving you the meanings as well, the paraphrasing, if I would call it paraphrasing, if you are convenient with that term, and I will give it to you. Do keep listening to it, and you will get it into yourself as though it's a class lecture going on. So let's begin the play Julius Caesar. It's Act 1, Scene 1. Well, so it is actually what is happening in Act 1, Scene 1. The plebeians. Who are the plebeians? The commoners, the common citizens. They are the plebeians. What are they doing? They are roaming around the streets of Rome. The play is this scene is actually taking place in a street of Rome, and there happens to be certain plebeians and on the street, and they are enjoying. They have put on their best dresses on. They have put on their best clothes, and they have they are enjoying. What are they waiting for? They are waiting to greet Julius Caesar, who has overpowered his rival Pompey. He has overpowered his old rival Pompey, and he is on his way, and so they are there to welcome him. Now, there are two tribunes here. Who are the tribunes? A tribune in ancient Rome happens to be a government official who has been chosen by the people so that they are their convenience to protect their interests and to protect their rights. They are sort of a policeman nearly in the present day. So these tribunes, as they are known as, the two tribunes are there, Flavius and Marullus. They are the two tribunes. They are also on the streets, and they actually, what happens, they are reasonably rude and haughty. They are harsh towards the citizens. They expect that whatever they say has to be obeyed immediately. Now, what exactly, like Flavius and Marullus, the two tribunes, among them, Marullus happens to be a bit more haughty, and both of them rather expects that whatever they say has to be listened to, has to be agreed upon and obeyed immediately by the citizens or the plebeians. All right, let's go through what Shakespeare has tried to say. Flavius: hence, home, you idle creatures, get you home. Is this a holiday? What, know you not? Being mechanical, you ought not walk upon a labouring day without the sign of your profession. Speak, what trade art thou? Now, what is Flavius meaning? He says, hence, home, you idle creatures. That is, please go home, you idle creatures. That is, why has he called them idle creatures? Idle are those people who have got no work to do. Why are they being called idle? Because they are walking along the streets on a labouring day. Labouring day is a working day, on which day they are supposed to be at their services, at their respective services. Instead of that, what are they doing? They are roaming around the streets of Rome. That is why he says, you hence home, you idle creatures. That is, if you have got no work to do, please be at home. You get home. If you are lazy, if you choose to be lazy, please go home. Is this a holiday? That is today a holiday? What, know you not? Being mechanical, you ought not walk upon a labouring day without the sign of your profession. Labouring day is a working day, as I have just said, and being mechanical is being people of machines, being people who are actually dealing with tools. That is, they are all workmen. To be precise, they are all workmen. They have their respective jobs, and instead of attending to their jobs, what they are doing is they are roaming around the streets of Rome. Streets of Rome. He says, being what, know you not? That is, don't you know that being mechanical, that is being working men, you ought not walk upon a labouring day without the sign of your profession. That is, even if you are on the streets, out on the streets on a labouring day, that is on a working day, you should be carrying the tool by which you earn your bread, the tool with which you work. You should be carrying, but instead of that, you are not carrying. You are without any sign of your profession. You put on your good clothes and you are just roaming around. Speak, what trade art thou? Flavius asks one of the plebeians or the commoners. Now this person happens to be a commoner and says, why sir, a carpenter. To which Marullus says, Where is the leather apron and thy rule? That is, these are the essentials which a carpenter should be carrying with him on a working day. That is, where is thy leather apron and thy rule? What dost thou with thy best apparel on? You have, I can see that you have put on your best apparel, means best garment, your best dress on. You have put on your best dress. So what are you doing with your best dress on? Where is thy leather apron and thy rule? Rule is what? Rule is the ruler. The rule is it can be the ruler, it can be the tape with which measurements are taken, and the leather apron obviously guards the clothes against whatever dust or dirt which may actually affect the clothes. So the carpenter usually has a leather apron and a rule with which to take measurements. So because this carpenter, he is not carrying anything, so Marillus says, where is the leather apron and thy rule? What dost thou with thy best apparel on? You, sir, what trade are you? He asks somebody else, another person. You, sir, what trade are you? Okay. The next person happens to be a cobbler. Now look at the way he talks. Before I go on further, let me tell you that Shakespeare has a habit. He actually used to write with a pun. Pun is actually a meaning which is carrying a double meaning. It can have the same pronunciation, but if it is used, it can be used with a number of senses, a number of meanings, which we will find shortly here. No getting confused, because it is very easy. You just go through it along with me, and I feel things will get much easier. So, what does the cobbler say? When Marillus asks the cobbler, you, sir, what trade are you? Truly, sir, in respect of fine workmen, I am but, as you would say, a cobbler. Now look, he is not answering directly. Look at the way he is answering. In respect of fine workmen, I am but, as you would say, a cobbler. That is, in respect of my job, in respect of the way I work, I can tell you that is in comparison to other people, in comparison to my profession, to others in my profession, I would like to tell you, I am but, as you would say, a cobbler. In respect of fine workmen, I would say, I am but, as you would say, a cobbler. So Marillus says, but what trade art thou? Answer me directly. But what exactly is your profession? Tell me directly. To which the cobbler says, a trade, sir, that I may use with a safe conscience. Which is indeed, sir, a mender of bad souls. He is saying, he is just twisting it. You just see, a trade, sir, which I hope I may use with a safe conscience. I may use, I feel I am working, the trade which I am attached to, with which I am attached to, is absolutely safe. I know my, I know my job, and which is indeed, sir, a mender of bad souls. But he is not being direct. He is saying he is a mender of bad souls. Now, SOLES, souls, it can also mean SOULS, souls. But he is a mender. He is a repairer of bad souls. So that is not a direct answer to what Marillus has questioned. Marillus gets angry. What trade, thou knave, thou naughty knave? What trade? Now in this case, a naughty knave is a person naughty, N-A-U-G-H-T-Y, is actually a good for nothing person. And because he is not answering Marulus directly, Marulus is saying that he is a good for nothing fellow. So what trade, thou knave? You knave. Thou in this case, you. Knave, fellow. Thou knave, thou naughty knave. That is you good for nothing fellow. What trade? Cobbler says, nay, I beseech you, sir, be not out with me. Yet if you be out, sir, I can mend you. Now look here, that the cobbler means, that is, he is requesting Marulus, please don't get, look at what he is saying, please do not be out with me. Be not out with me, sir. Yet if you be out, I can mend you. That is, you are, please, the first out, be not out with me. Be not angry with me. Don't get angry with me. Yet if you be out, sir, the second out, yet if you be out, sir, I can mend you. Wait, I'm coming to the second out, but the first out is obviously, that is, he means that please do not get angry with me. So, and he says, yet if you be out, sir, I can mend you. Mend in this case is obviously, it is repairing. That is, if he is out into the streets, it can be, that his shoes need repairing and he can mend that. But because of the pun used here, look here, Marulus gets so angry, that is, he says, mend me, thou saucy fellow. What meanest thou by that? Mend me, thou saucy fellow. Why, sir, cobble you? To which he understands, after which Marulus understands that, well, he is a cobbler. Thou art a cobbler, art thou? So look at the pun used without. Okay. It is played on that particular word, out. Now, so at which Flavius says, thou art a cobbler, art thou? Cobbler then says, truly, sir, all that I live by is with the all. I meddle with no tradesmen's matters, no women's matters. Indeed, sir, I am indeed, sir, a surgeon to old shoes. When they are in great danger, I recover them. As proper men as ever trod upon neat's leather have gone upon my handiwork. Now, for the meaning of which the cobbler has said, truly, sir, all that I live by is with the awl. A-W-L, awl, is the tool, the instrument with which holes are dug into leather sheets. And if holes cannot be dug into leather sheets, how can leather sheets be stitched, attached to each other? How can they be worked upon to make shoes, to repair, or whatever? So all that I live by is with the all. I meddle with no tradesman's matters. That is, I am not interested. I don't poke my nose into any businessman's matters. I am not inquisitive about anybody. I'm not inquisitive about women. But withal, I am indeed, sir. Again, withal has got the word all inside it. But withal, I am indeed, sir, a surgeon to old shoes. A surgeon, a surgeon is a doctor who operates. So here is this person who operates on shoes, and well, I am indeed, sir, a surgeon to old shoes, and when they are in great danger, I recover them. In this case, recover means repair. I repaired them. As proper men as ever trod upon neat's leather. What is neat's leather? Trod upon, that is walk upon. Okay, as proper men as ever trod upon. Eminent gentlemen, eminent people, they trod upon neat's leather. Neat is actually the leather which is got from, which is derived from cattle skin. Okay, so trod upon neat's leather, that is any people who has used shoes, that is without shoes you cannot walk on the streets. So any people who has walked on the streets in shoes have gone upon my handiwork. This cobbler is as confident as that. So any people who has walked upon walked on the streets with his feet inside shoes, well, obviously that is the way in which people can walk, have gone upon my hand. As proper men as ever trod upon neat's leather, have gone upon my handiwork. That is, the neat's leather is used to make shoes, and whoever has used the shoes to walk along the streets have definitely gone upon my handiwork. So Flavius says, but wherefore art not in thy shop today? Why aren't you in your shop today? Why dost thou lead these men about the streets? Why are you leading these men about the streets? Why are you not in your shop today? Truly, sir, to wear out their shoes. Again, he is adding a twist to the way he is talking. Just look, this is Shakespeare's speciality. Truly, sir, to wear out their shoes. That is, to get their shoes worn out. If the shoes are not worn out, he will not be getting work. Truly, sir, to wear out their shoes. It can also mean that if the people are out of their houses onto the streets, they have got to wear their shoes and go out. They have got to wear their shoes and go out. So, in order to wear out their shoes, they have to be into their shoes, go out, get their shoes worn out, and as a result, the cobbler will be getting some work. Truly, sir, to wear out their shoes, to get myself into more work. That is, he needs work. So if the shoes are not worn out, if the shoes are intact, if the shoes are they don't suffer any damage, he will not be getting any work, because how will the people need the urgency? They won't have the urgency to come and get them repaired from a cobbler. But indeed, sir, now he says, we make holiday to see Caesar and to rejoice in his triumph. But indeed, sir, we make holiday to see Caesar and to rejoice in his triumph. Okay. To which Marullus says, this speech, all speeches are important, of course, all speeches are, you cannot select anyone, so you just have to, be continuously reading Shakespeare every day. Make it a point that whether you like it or not, whether it is your favorite book or not, whether it is your favorite subject or not, please, because you have to appear for the examination, please read at least 2 to 3 pages of Shakespeare or whatever your school is teaching you. Please read and then continue. Like we say that every day, it is, if you read it every day, it comes within you, because you can see the language is not the normal language in which we talk. So some of you might feel it a bit difficult to understand, some of you might feel it a bit difficult to digest it, but however, if you just go through it every day, you will find things easier. So we'll carry on what Marullus said after this. What did the cobbler say just before this? That is, but indeed, sir, we make holiday to see Caesar and to rejoice in his triumph. Marilus says, wherefore rejoice? What conquest brings he home? That is, why are you rejoicing? Why do you have to rejoice? What conquest brings he home? That is, has he conquered some chiefs? Has he has he captured some leaders? Is he bringing them along with him to Rome? What tributaries follow him to Rome? That is, if there are some leaders, some chiefs whom he has captured, they must be following him to Rome and they have to pay a tribute. That is the reason they are known as tributaries. They have to pay a tribute. I will give you the meaning of this speech just immediately after this. As I am going on, of course I am explaining, and then afterwards I'll give it to you in the form of a paraphrase as well. You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things. That is, you can see how harsh he is in his words towards the people, towards the plebeians, towards the commoners. He is very harsh. You blocks, you stone. That is what tributaries follow him to Rome, to grace in captive bonds his chariot wheels. That is the tribute. That is the people who are captured and are actually chained to the chariot in which the person who has won the battle or won over them, and they follow his chariot wheels. So what tributaries follow him to Rome? Why are they known as tributaries? The leaders who have been the chiefs who has been overpowered and chained to the chariot of the winner. Why are they known as tributaries? It is because that they have got to pay a rich tribute. That is the reason they are known as tributaries. Oh, you hard hearts, you blocks, you, sorry, I'll just go a bit backwards. I'll just begin from the beginning. Wherefore rejoice, what conquest brings he home? What tributaries follow him to Rome, to grace in captive bonds his chariot wheels? You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things. That is, you people, are you just lifeless things? Are you just, you are worse than senseless things? You don't have any heart? Oh, you hard hearts, you cruel men of Rome, knew you not Pompey? And now you're coming and rejoicing over the person who has overpowered and killed Pompey, and you are just enjoying that. Have you not climbed up to walls and battlements, to towers and windows, yeah, to chimney tops, your infants in your arms, and there have sat the livelong day with patient expectation to see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome? So there had been times when you had just climbs up to walls and battlements. Battlements, what are battlements? Battlements are also high walls on which they sit, and they used to sit there with the infants in their arms so that they could catch a glimpse of Pompey when he used to come to see great Pompey, when he used to come, when Pompey used to pass the streets of Rome. And there have sat the livelong day with patient expectation. That is, they used to sit there throughout the full day to wait patiently for Pompey to pass the streets. And when you saw his chariot but appear, have you not made a universal shout? That is, they used to scream, they used to shout, they used to cheer when they used to see Pompey. With that, what happened? That Tiber trembled underneath her banks. River Tiber flows through Rome. That is, the Tiber trembled underneath her banks to hear the replication of your sounds. That is, they used to shout, the sounds used to get replicated, that is, echoed along the bank, okay, made in her concave shores. the replication made in her concave shores. Now the river water actually eroded the shores of the river bank and made it hollow. So this hollow structure is compared to the concave structure. So he is saying that Tiber trembled underneath her banks to hear the replication of your sounds made in her concave shores. So you used to shout in that way after waiting the full day with the infants in your arms on top of the walls and battlements. You used to sit there the full day and you've forgotten everything. And the way you used to shout made Tiber tremble underneath her banks to hear the replication of your sounds made in her concave shores. And now you have forgotten everything and you're just enjoying. And do you now put on your best attire? And have you now put on your best dress on? And do you now call out a holiday? Do you now call out a holiday? You have called it a holiday. You called a working day a holiday. And do you now strew flowers in his way? You are strewing flowers. That is, you are spreading out flowers. You are just throwing flowers, decorating places. For whom? That comes in triumph over Pompey's blood. Be gone. Run to your houses. Pray to the gods. Fall upon your knees. Pray to the gods to intermit the plague that needs must light on this ingratitude. That is, he feels, that is, go and run to your houses and beg forgiveness from the gods. Say sorry to the gods to intermit the plague. That is, to save anything, to save the nation from getting from something bad that may inevitably happen. That's what they feel. That needs must light on this ingratitude. So these you people are being so ungrateful that you need to be very sorry. You have to run, go home, pray to the gods, fall upon your knees. Pray to the gods to intermit the plague, to excuse the nation, so that to prevent anything untoward from happening. That needs must light on this ingratitude. Flavius, a little less harsher, he says, Go, good countrymen, and for this fault assemble all the poor men of your sort. Draw them to Tiber banks, and weep your tears into the channel till the lowest streams, to kiss the most exalted shores of all. That is, good countrymen, please go back to your houses. And for this fault, what is their fault? That they are dressed up in their best clothes on a working day, and they are rejoicing and getting ready to welcome Julius Caesar, because he has overpowered Pompey and is about to return along that street. Now exempt all the plebeians. See where their basest metals be not moved. That is, the ignorable, they are ignorant people. Metal is the quality with which they are. It suggests that the base metal brings the non-precious metals, but here metal, METTELE, is actually the quality which they are made up of. They are actually the commoners. They don't know what they have done. So for this fault, they should be begging forgiveness. Now, after all the plebeians leave, he says, see whether their basest metals, where means whether their basest metal be not moved. They vanish tongue-tied in their guiltiness. Flavius feels that the commoners or the plebeians have gone away. They have left the stage. They have left the stage. In this case, the stage is actually the streets of Rome. And they feel that, he feels that they have understood, they are guilty and they have understood their fault. Go you down that way towards the capital. Whom is he talking to? He is telling Marullus. Okay. Go you that way towards the capital. This way will I. That is, you go that way towards the capital and I will be going this way. Disrobe the images. That is, take off all the decorations. That is, all along Caesar's images has been put up, and they have been decorated with streamers, with whatever, with all the decorations done. So disrobe means to take down all the decorations. Let no images, that is, disrobe the, this way will I, disrobe the images, if you do find them decked with ceremonies. That is, if you find them decorated with ceremonies, means colored papers and everything, with which he feels that it makes it look very festive, please take them down. Marullus, may we do so? You know, it is the feast of Lupercal. So I'll be coming to the feast of Lupercal, what it is, gradually as I go along teaching. You know, it is the feast of Lupercal. Marullus asked, can we do that? Because it is the feast of Lupercal, they've decorated the place. Flavius says, it is no matter. Let no images be hung with Caesar's trophies. I'll about and drive away the vulgar from the streets. Vulgar is again the commoners or the plebeians. That is, I'll go about, I will be driving the commoners or the plebeians, the vulgar, according to him, from the streets. I'll be asking them to leave and go home. So do you too, if you perceive, where you perceive them thick. So if you perceive them thick, if they are crowded in any place, if they are if they are together, that is, they are talking, they are together, they are crowded, many of them together, please disperse them. These growing feathers, this part is awfully important. These growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wings. Actually, these people who are Caesar's followers are definitely his strength. And that is why he says that we will not allow them to be confident. We'll take away their confidence, we'll frighten them, we'll drive them off, so that they are not able to extend that support to Julius Caesar. These growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wing. So it is as though Caesar is a big winged bird, and these are the commoners, are his feathers attached to his wing. So if the feathers are plucked from Caesar's wing, will make him fly an ordinary pitch. He will not be able to fly very high. This will kill his ambition. He will not be able to fly very high. It will be detrimental towards his achievement of his power, and he cannot be ambitious anymore. Who else would soar above the view of men and keep us all in servile fearfulness? Because if he is not able to soar high, fly high, then none of us will need to be in the fear of getting enslaved by him in future. The future of the anticipation, they are anticipating that they can be enslaved by Julius Caesar in future. So that is why they would like to pluck off Caesar's, that is, they want to pluck off the growing feathers. These are the growing feathers, because these people, they are getting more and more attached to Julius Caesar. They are supporting him. So with them, Julius Caesar can fly, with their help, Julius Caesar can fly very high. And the tribunes are getting frightened. They feel that this can lead to their future slavery. This may lead to them becoming enslaved by Julius Caesar in future. So it's because of that they do not want the slaves to these people to be allowed. They are not going to allow the people to extend their support and to show Julius Caesar that they are there to rejoice in his triumph over Pompey. Okay, so that was all. We've finished Act 1 and Scene 1. Now, as I just promised, I said that I will just be reading to you the paraphrase of Marullus' speech, "Wherefore rejoice." I'll do that now. Why do you want to rejoice? What are you rejoicing for? What conquest does he carry home to his country? What tributaries follow him to Rome? Has he conquered chiefs who are following him to Rome as a sign of their surrender and submission to grace his chariot wheels? I'm sorry. Are they being paraded after him in a procession as captives? As I've said, the leaders are the people who are actually overpowered. The leaders, they are actually chained to the chariot wheels and dragged along. So is something like that happening? That is, has anybody surrendered as a sign of, has anybody been seen following him as a sign of surrender and submission to his grace in his chariot wheels? Are they being paraded after him in a procession as captives? Tributaries are actually the conquered chiefs who had to pay tribute money to Rome as a sign of their submission. I've already said this. Okay. This gesture has reminded a feature of later imperialism. The Caesar has defeated fellow Romans in a civil war and therefore has conquered no new territory. It's a fellow Roman that he has conquered. He has conquered no new territory, no other country. It is just in a civil war he has conquered and no new territory, nor beaten any hostile chiefs. Who are hostile chiefs? Chiefs who are enemy to that Roman nation. He hasn't done anything like that. The present occasion is the victory of Caesar over the sons of Pompey the Great, Julius and Sextus, in Munda, in Spain, in March 45 BC. The present occasion is the victory of Caesar over the sons of Pompey the Great, Julius and Sextus, at Munda in Spain in March 45 BC. His triumph is being held in October in the same year. That is why these people are being mentioned to, are being referred to as blocks and stones and worse than senseless things. That is, they should be using their brains before they are able to analyze whom exactly they are trying to rejoice after, for whom are they trying to rejoice, whose victory are they trying to celebrate. This is what Marullus and Flavius, they are trying to say, and they are very particular about it. They are actually the followers of great Pompey the Great. Alright, so here we finish with Act 1, Scene 1, and we will be continuing with Act 1, Scene 2 the next class. Thank you so much.